Ragweed is the biggest allergy trigger in the fall. Though it usually starts to release pollen with cool nights and warm days in August, it can go all the way through September into October. About 75% of people allergic to spring plants are also allergic to ragweed. Hi, I'm Mary Bourne, traditional naturopath, and I love sharing natural remedies with people for better health. Today we're going to talk about some respiratory system supports and the difference between ragweed and goldenrod. It's a big misconception. So here are the two plants, and this pretty one here is actually goldenrod. This one over here is ragweed, and this one is a pollen generating machine, whereas this one can actually help support respiratory concerns. So now you can tell all your friends that they've been mislabeling that pretty goldenrod as ragweed when it actually isn't. So the only two states ragweed isn't grown is Hawaii and Alaska. So if you're allergic to ragweed, you might want to just move. So goldenrod's piney tasting leaves and flowers are an important medicinal remedy for the urinary, digestive, and respiratory systems. The goldenrod genus encompasses 100 species of late-blooming, knee-high, or sometimes hip-high herbaceous perennials. They light up the landscape with their sunny color and are easily identified. Goldenrod is a sinus remedy. Goldenrod is a premier decongestant, effectively alleviating upper respiratory congestion stemming from allergies, sinusitis, flu, or the common cold. It can be taken as a tea, a syrup, a tincture, and it's one of the strongest herbs for drying up the sinuses. So if you got that drippy nose thing going on or watery, itchy eyes, you might want to consider making a tea. You can easily take a bunch of the leaves and the flower tops. Now make sure that there's no hitchhikers because bees love this plant. And then also that there's good healthy green foliage, and chop them up with a scissors, stick them in a quart jar and fill it with boiling water and let it steep for about 5 or 6 minutes. Then strain it off and drink it as a tea. You can put it in the refrigerator for a cold beverage, or you can drink it hot. You can add a little lemon, honey, but it is a very helpful thing to support the sinuses. We learned this from our first Americans, the Native Indians, and they were using it for hundreds of years prior to that. So I want to talk a little bit about histamine. What causes this liquid overdrive is histamine, and a lot of people will take antihistamines for help with their allergies, but these often dry out nasal passages, which some people think is a good thing, but it also dries out the eyes, and the same liquid, histamine, has other purposes in the body. So it's a natural part of the immune system, and what it is there for is to flush out toxins. So it is released in other areas of the body to help control blood pressure, the contraction of smooth muscles, which includes digestion, and so it even acts as a neurotransmitter. So it communicates to different parts of the body through this liquid. So histamine is really an important, not bad guy. It helps in healing wounds. It's that liquid that when you cut yourself, that liquid comes and forms, and it's loaded with all kinds of great healing cells generated by the lymphatic system to help in the repair of the tissue, generate new tissue, calm inflammation. So it is a very important part of our immune system, and you need to think twice before just go grabbing a antihistamine, and you might want to consider the rest of the story here. So do you know that the liver plays a substantial role in reducing the effect of pollinating allergens? So when our liver actually purifies the blood 2 quarts every minute. That's phenomenal as far as I'm concerned. Seasonal allergies happen as a result of an overload toxic liver. So maybe what you need is milk thistle combination to help your liver gently detoxify and get stronger, so your allergies will calm down or be insignificant, and maybe you'll have an itchy nose or whatever, but you won't have all the other things that come with it. So let's read about a little bit about milk thistle combination. Is a powerful formula designed to help restore and support healthy liver function. Milk thistle combination provides important nutrients that protect the liver against damage from carcinogens and toxins and free radicals, including it has a combination of ingredients called silymarin. Now, silymarin is what they want to standardize, so you have a consistent amount of it in a product, and most of the time it's 80%. And milk thistle combination has that, along with dandelion, choline, inositol, and N-acetylcysteine, which is a wonderful addition to this. Is a specially modified form of the amino acid cysteine as a precursor to glutathione. Now, the liver has 2 pathways of detoxification, and both pathways need glutathione to create detoxification. So it is a very, very good part of healing the liver if you can get this milk thistle combination into your diet. Most people take 3 a day spread out, like 1 each meal, but you don't have to take it with meals. So liver cells can regenerate faster when the active ingredient in milk thistle is present, which is silymarin. And over 200 clinical studies have confirmed that milk thistle with standardized silymarin is a potent hepatoprotective. So in other words, it protects the liver. And the liver is a really important organ in the body. And most people who are dealing with allergies are also dealing with a toxic liver. So another part of the body that is being studied extensively, and I've talked about it quite a bit, is the microbiome. Now, probiotics and prebiotics are really important. If you've had a round of antibiotics, you definitely need to take probiotics. According to the American Society for Microbiology, just 1 single course of antibiotics can alter your gut microbiome, because it kills both bad and good. Now, here's the thing. If you are eating conventional meat, chicken, and, like Tyson, and beef from the grocery store, you're also getting loads of antibiotics through the feed that these animals receive. So you want to make sure that you're taking probiotics. It's safe to take them every day, morning and night, if you want to, and help your body's microbes be healthy. So what if you are sneezing and your eyes are watery and you just can't cope? Well, Histablock to the rescue. So this is a herbal formula that many of my clients have used and absolutely love. So over 1/3 of Americans, approximately 50 million people are affected by allergies. So Histamine contains a powerful blend of herbs and nutrients that naturally enhance immune function and inhibit the release of histamine and other inflammatory compounds that initiate the sneezing, swelling, and itching of allergic reactions. Histamine can be used to safely relieve allergy symptoms, improve breathing without the side effects commonly associated with over-the-counter prescriptions or prescription antihistamines, decongestants, and nasal sprays. So you might want to look that up on my website, bornforhealth.com. Look under Herb Encyclopedia and check it out. See if it's not something that would be beneficial for you. It supports the histamine response from the mast cells in many different things. For example, if you're stung by a bee, it's mast cells that produce histamine to come to the rescue. And yes, you can put ice on it and at the same time take histamine to slow that process down because it goes into overdrive really quickly. Over-the-counter medications can cause sleepiness, dry mouth, weakness, and slowed reaction time. And these can affect work performance or school because cognitive thinking is a huge part of that. So because they dry up all the fluids, they can also contribute to lack of urination. So drinking lots of fluids is important to protect your urinary system, because if you're just taking these antihistamines and not drinking a good amount of water to help flush out the toxins, you can create a situation where you have urinary tract infections and kidney stones. So the topic in my Herbal E-Gram this week was take a breath. So Herbal E-Gram is an electronic newsletter I send out to about 600 subscribers, and you can get this free newsletter too. You can just email me, Dr. Mary at bornforhealth.com, and ask for the free Monday newsletter. So in it this week, I have talked about several ways that you can assist the body in breathing better. You know, we have a lot of toxins in our world. Fumes from diesel cars still around, and buses. You know, this is the time of the school season and there's lots of buses. Warn your children not to be standing where the fumes come out of the bus, to stand away from that. Just be mindful of when you're pumping gas that you don't want to breathe in that toxic fumes that brings down the immune system and contributes to your toxic load and that poor liver. So cleaning out the lungs requires a couple of good deep breaths and putting some essential oils in the air, whether you're spraying it and getting that into your lungs that way, or if you're using a wonderful diffuser where you can add the oils and water and have it diffusing for a few hours during the night or during the day. If you use peppermint and lemon, it's a wonderful energizing scent that you can send out in your kitchen and living room, and at night you can switch out the peppermint for peppermint or lavender and lemon, and that can create a soothing anti-inflammatory fresh air that you can breathe during the night. So make sure that you're using your essential oils as part of your health system. So if you're enjoying what you're hearing, please click on those hearts and likes and comment. And if you have something that you particularly want to discuss, send me an email, drmary@bornforhealth.com, and I will send you some resources and get back with you some suggestions that might be very beneficial. You can check out a lot of herb information by going to the website where it says Herb Encyclopedia on the sidebar here, and look up all the benefits in like milk thistle or lemon essential oil and see if it isn't something that you could use to support better health in your body. So the liver is the sorting area of the body. So everything that comes through, everything you ingest and breathe in, goes to the stomach first. So if you don't have a good amount of hydrochloric acid to create the right pH in your stomach, then you're not going to be able to kill off those offending microbes. So as you breathe it in, the hydrochloric acid should be there to attack those microbes. But most of us are taking antacids, which destroys that good pH that you need. You know, it is really rare for a person to be overacidic. It's the food rotting in the stomach, bubbling up, that's creating the acidity. So if you are taking enzymes, that helps to effectively break down the food so that's not sitting there rotting and creating all kinds of problems. So if you don't have a gallbladder, the thing you want to take is high lipase. Now, lipase is a support for the liver that helps with digesting fats. And cholesterol is a fat. So if you have high cholesterol, it may be the fact that you don't have good lipase you're not producing it well enough to support your needs. I like to take food enzymes. It has hydrochloric acid and lipase in it, and it also has oxbile. And these more effectively break down fats, carbohydrates, and proteins that can make the stomach a good area for digestion, as well as killing off those microbes. So when people are taking these antacids, they are actually working against digestion and supporting the immune system in killing off bad microbes. If you're using essential oils, it'll help clean the air and get rid of those microbes as well. So you could do this in a lot of different areas. Pick a few that make your health better. So I like to take Proactizime in between meals. If you're congested at all, during this season, it's getting fall, people love to burn leaves. Now, there's some areas where it is against the law to burn leaves, and I think we should discourage it. Leaves can be mulched, they can be broken down, they can be contributed to creating a great garden. You do not want to burn them. They send out mold spores and they make allergies even worse. So be mindful if you have allergies, you don't want to burn leaves. So taking the Proactizime in between meals is really beneficial for me to help get rid of congestion. It seems like I need some today. So next month in September, next week, we're going to talk more about detoxification, helping the liver, supporting the liver, and getting ready for the winter months. We clean out our closets, we get rid of stuff we don't need anymore and gift it to somebody else, send it to Goodwill. We need to do that with our body. We need to get rid of some of the junk that we're not using anymore, and we can do this simply with like milk thistle or liquid chlorophyll or some of the other suggestions I'll have through the month of September. We'll talk about some wonderful plant helpers that help us get rid of all these toxins and that. So here are some action steps. Diffuse essential oils that will enhance breathing and better health. Breathing is an important nutrient we absolutely can't live without. So take some digestive enzymes, preferably Nature's Sunshine, because I know they work and they're wonderful. They've been helping me for over 35 years and those of my family. So share what you've learned. Recommend these videos. Remember that if you have friends that are not on Facebook, you can send them over to my YouTube channel. Keep focusing on gratitude. Be thankful for the people and gifts of nature, the flowers and all the joy around you. And thank you for viewing. Until next week, this is Dr. Mary for the Health of It.